What's up, everybody? Nice to see you all. People are still milking. Yeah, woo, all right. Okay, well, it's really great to be here today. We're excited to talk to you about stuff we're cooking up for developers. I'm joined up here on stage with some of my colleagues. They'll each come up at a point in the conversation and share a little bit about what they're working on with their teams. GDC has been a favorite place for me to come visit every year. Usually I'm on that side, not this side, so it's really cool to be able to be up here and share what we're working on. I remember my first GDC like 22 years ago, back when it was down in San Jose, coming to see like, what's all this making video games things about? So it's awesome to see the growth in the industry, so many great faces, and to be able to share what we're working on with you. So just a little bit about me before we get into it. That's a picture of me playing games with my brother. That's Aladdin on the Genesis. Notably, his controller is unplugged, but mine is. you all know you've done it if you have siblings. And then that's me and my co-founder, Stan. He's in the audience somewhere. What's up, Stan? Playing games. Yeah, get up, Stan. Playing games at the arcade at Discord. And, for me, I discovered programming when I was 13, and a friend of mine was like, hey, do you know I can teach you how to make video games? And I was like, no, you fucking can't. Wait, sorry, it's recorded. No, you can't. So I got obsessed with programming and really fell in love with it, and it turned into a lifelong career to create, experiences and services for people to spend time with their friends playing games. So teamed up with Stan, and he has a similar life path, and so we're thrilled to have built Discord. Fun fact, actually, we began as a game studio. That's a screenshot of the game we built called Fates Forever way back in 2013. It was a team-based multiplayer game on iPad, believe it or not. And we built into that game voice chat, text chat, guild play, forums around it. And through the experience of building and running that title, we saw a lot about how players came together in communities around games from the vantage point of being a developer. And we also spent a lot of time playing games ourselves and reflected on the tools that we were using and what was good and wasn't good about them. And those experiences inspired us to create what became Discord. So today, fast forward, and I'm really proud and humbled to have one of the largest player audiences in the world. 200 million people a month use Discord to talk and hang out with their friends. 93% of our weekly users play games, and 1.5 billion hours are spent playing PC games a month across thousands and thousands of titles in our audience. So it's super incredible to see how people are able to spend time having fun and keeping in touch, hang out with friends. Now, looking beyond our platform, though, talking with so many of you over this week and over the last, months, it's pretty clear that the game industry is challenged right now, and that the industry is kind of stagnating, and it's getting really difficult to be successful. It's harder and harder to break through than it ever has been before. And these are some stats that we got from a survey that Newzoo did, which kind of quantifies this stuff. 30% of total playtime is controlled by the top 5 games. 60% if you extend that out to the top 15 games. But there's 20,000 games launching a year competing for that final 40%. So it's just like really hard to stand out and get player attention. On the flip side, players have a lot of choice. All these titles are, what are they going to play? Where are they going to play? How are they going to play? So it's this very interesting, challenging moment today for industry and for players too. While they have a lot of choice, these cause innovation and risk-taking to kind of get changed in ways where maybe the games that are coming out are not as much as what people want to play. So, we think that we can help and play a small role in helping you all, bring more creative and innovative games to market, so players can have more fun with each other. So we think of ourselves as the communications platform where players can connect to their favorite games. We see more and more developers, more and more of you guys and girls building communities on Discord to connect with your players and create these amazing experiences for them, and players seeking these things out and also seeking out new games from what their friends are doing. And we see that really, really specifically in the data on Discord. So Matthew Ball put together a really, really amazing deep dive into the state of the games industry. If you haven't read it yet, it's like a 2 million slide deck presentation. Highly recommend it with a cup of tea or something. But anyway, so he says globally 35% of playtime is where the long tail sits. So the top 10 games take most of the playtime. However, on Discord, it's kind of flipped. More people are spending more time playing more games than kind of the global market, because players love on Discord to explore and try new games with their friends. And in particular, it happens Discovery happens organically through your friends. You sort of make sense. You reflect on your own experiences about where you find games and where you learn about games. When your friends are playing games or they're telling you to play games, eventually you try it. And now like we're all playing that crazy card game with the Jokers. Like that came from our friends. So on Discord, we see 72% of people play with their friends at least once a week. 50% of people who play games stream their gameplay to their friends. That's a lot of people who are hitting go live, screen sharing to their friends, and hanging out and having that kind of on the couch experience where they get to socialize without necessarily playing together. But 28% of people who watch someone stream a game launch that game within an hour later. So you see your friend playing, and you're like, yeah, all right, I'll jump in. Right? Makes sense. There's no stronger endorsement than having your friend play a game, and you get to see them having fun. And this happens because Discord is a place where people spend real time. Many of you know this. Discord is a lean-in experience, like a digital living room, where you come together with your friends to hang out and have fun. So we want to try to help you all reach players where they are on Discord, in the communities that they spend time in, and doing the things that they're already doing naturally. And that begins with having a very strong community. We have seen over the years many developers building chat servers where you bring your communities together to have fun, and in particular across the life cycle of your game. So whether you're very early, in an alpha test, and you're just bringing in, inviting even NDA'd people in to try your game before you launch, or just finding people, in Discord servers or on other platforms to bring them in to give you feedback, all the way to getting ready to launch, where it's now open and you're generating hype and you're dropping trailers, and you're getting things ready, and then the day you launch, you're like, go buy the game. Whatever platform you're on, getting all your players to come and buy it, it gets your game up the charts, which then, of course, helps to after launching, when you have new content dropping, and you want to go, maybe you ship a patch and there's bugs, and Discord will tell you first that this is what the problems are, this is what we love, and then players get to theorycraft and all this stuff. So we keep hearing from you all that your servers are growth engines. So if you're not building one, I really recommend you think about wherever you are at the life cycle of your game, how can you take advantage of a Discord server? If you're not sure what to do, we have these cool little booklets. We actually printed them on paper at our booth. You can check it out. I know, or on our website. And most recently, Marvel Rivals did this really, really well, where they used the Discord server during alpha to do play testing with their players, get feedback, balance the game, and then after launch, kind of switched it into a always-on fan fest where they're dropping new updates. The devs are engaging with players, and the game continues to generate energy from its community because people are talking and having fun with each other. Okay, so communities, yeah, but we have a few other things that we've been working on, 3 things in particular that we want to deep dive on today, and these folks will come up and talk about it in a minute. First is activities. So last year at GDC, we announced that our apps platform was being upgraded, so it wasn't just text chat bots, but you can now actually embed full HTML5 games in Discord apps to create rich experiences, be it games or other things. Tom will come up in a minute and share the latest on what we're cooking for activities. Second is our Quest product, which we launched last year, and this is a really fun way to reach out to players on Discord to seamlessly introduce them to your titles and get them to come in. And Emery will be talking a little bit about what is new and cooking on Quests. And then the third thing, which I'm really, really excited about, that we announced on Monday, I see some people nodding, yeah, is our social SDK. So this is a set of technology that we are offering, where it basically takes the infrastructure of Discord, voice chat, text chat, all these world-class capabilities that we've spent the last decade refining, and packages them up as an SDK that you can use in your games for all your players, whether they have Discord accounts or not, so that you don't have to build that stuff again, and you can focus on being creative and what makes your game different. And then for the Discord users who connect their account, it lights up with their friends list, and you can send invites into Discord, and your game shows up on their profile in more interesting ways, and Sally will be up here in a bit walking you through all of the fun details about that. So hopefully you can tell that we're really excited about helping you all build your games and spend more time making them fun instead of on some of the boilerplate stuff that maybe we're really much better at. But selfishly, I just want to see more cool games because I want to play them. So come build where the world plays. That's it for me. And now I'll hand it off to Tom to talk about activities. Thank you all.
Thank you, Jason. I'm Tom. I'm a VP of engineering at Discord. I'm also one of the millions of little brothers that grew up with little brother controller syndrome. Someone really needs to look into that. I don't know why those controllers never seem to work. But yeah, I'm really excited to talk to you all about how we're evolving the activities platform. So what are activities? Activities are these awesome things that are these interactive social experiences embedded in iframes in Discord. And with activities, groups of users can easily play and watch together. So it enables single player, multiplayer, all across Discord. And they create a really rich canvas to allow you to build anything on top of. So music, gaming, video, anything can go. There's super low friction, so it's easy for players to jump in and out, all while they're talking to their friends. And they're available on all major communication channels. So this is voice and text, in servers and in DMs as well. And since we made activities available to our entire audience, we've seen really incredible growth in the usage through mobile. And we're seeing over 30% of all of our monthly active users that are trying out an activity. And we're also seeing activities becoming top 100 games on the platform for playtime. So at GDC last year, we announced the developer preview of activities with our embedded app SDK, which allows developers to finally bring their games directly into Discord to play alongside the app. And in September of last year, we opened up the platform and released it to everyone. So this allows developers to distribute, launch, and monetize directly on our platform. Since last year, we've been cooking. We established the platform foundations, including new things like our app launcher on desktop and mobile, the ability to launch activities from text channels, and premium apps features like subscriptions to allow more monetization. We've made major headway in app awareness, thanks to a lot of our new platform features and marketing initiatives, and we've seen hundreds of activities that have fully launched on the platform, including major titles like Farmer's Valley, Counter-Strike, Arena Battles, and many, many more. So what's next? Looking ahead, we're really looking to invest in the pillars that matter the most for game developers. So how can we make discovery better? How can we provide new tools to re-engage your players? And how can we allow you to monetize? So it all starts with finding games. Like, how do players come across your game? So we've revamped our app directory with a new tab in the app to enhance discoverability. And this lives directly alongside text and voice chat launchers for activities. We've also made major investments to improve our linking. This can enable you to share your app's information on and off Discord more easily and really lean into the power of word of mouth. Launching a game. So we've also made it much easier and more top of mind for players to get back into playing those activities that they've tried once. Players can now easily return to their games with the quick launcher that shows all of your recently played activities. And you can also launch this in a pop-out window, so it is a much more immersive experience that doesn't constrain you to an embedded window. And knowing how important it is to have that direct interaction with your players, we really lean into this to provide better retention tools with our new app DMs for developers. So this allows you to directly DM users that have engaged with your app. This is a very powerful way to re-engage them and bring them back. So just like a push notification, it's a very powerful tool for reaching your audience. You can use DMs to send reliable notifications to users for that re-engagement and marketing material. And we've seen apps that have adopted this that are starting to get retention that surpasses the 30-day performance on other gaming platforms. So let's talk a little bit about the links. So we've made some major improvements as well to links that can really improve that discoverability by making it very easy to share and directly jump into the activities on the platform. So we've added Play Now links when links are shared on the platform to just immediately launch into the game. Developers can also create custom links for GIFs and deep linking that enables incentivized links. And we've enabled sharing off-platform with rich embeds so that you can really showcase the game when those links are shared off-platform as well. So speaking about the power of social, quick question. This is an easy one. Who here plays games? What a surprise. GDC, Discord, pretty much everyone raised their hand. So gaming is better when we play together. And at Discord, like we just know exactly how true that is. We see massive increases in the amount of engagement and session length for games when you're playing with your friends. So activities being native to the Discord platform really allow you to lean into that. We make it as easy as possible to invite your friends to play the games and activities that you're currently seeing. You can also see what your friends are up to and directly jump into playing with them through rich presence. And this makes it really, really easy to just hang out with your friends, have a chill game session, have fun, and casually play. Or if you're a little bit competitive, maybe you're on a losing streak, you just want that one more game that you can squeeze in. And it's incredibly easy to do this on the platform. So monetization is also very important for developers to be able to run their businesses. And today, developers in the US, UK, and EU have the ability to monetize with both in-app payments and subscriptions through payment rails on desktop. And we're continuing to invest and explore in ways for developers to improve monetization on the platform. So to learn more about activities, you can go to discord.com/build. And I hope to see the hundreds of new activities popping up on the platform to just make it an incredible experience for everyone. So now I'll pass off to Emery from the product team, who's going to talk about what we're cooking up with Quest.
Who's excited about Quest? Okay, so who is excited about just the free stuff you get at the Discord booth for coming to this talk? Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Hey everyone, my name's Emery, and I'm a product manager here working on Discord Quest. For over a decade, I've had the opportunity to work on a lot of games, all the way from indie games like Among Us to AAA games like Call of Duty and Sims. And all that has really actually taught me that gaming has evolved far beyond just playing. It's now about viewing, creating, and connecting with people. And this is actually especially true for Gen Z, who see gaming as more than just entertainment. The way players engage around gaming is really redefining social connections, and Discord is the foundation of that transformation. It's the glue that connects players, creators, and developers in the world of gaming. So what has Discord been up to in the past year to build up that world of gaming? Well, we launched Quest, our advertising solution, right here at GDC a year ago. And since then, we've had the opportunity to work with so many developers to launch Quest campaigns. And these are just a few of our partners that you can see over here, but there are so many more amazing games who we've worked with. So let's quickly recap what Quests are and why we're reinvesting into this space. It's well known that the most valuable recommendations come from friends. Friends understand our preferences better than anyone else, which makes their recommendations more influential than those from game influencers or paid journalists. And in fact, 92% of consumers trust recommendations from friends and family over traditional advertising. So building on that, whether on Discord or social media platforms or fan forums, communities have become really, really powerful discovery tools. And it's been found that 70% of gamers actually discover new games through their online communities. So now Quest entered the game. Lots of developers are already on Discord as the main community where they connect with players. So we asked ourselves, what if we could do more here? What if we could power up and boost that discovery that's already happening organically on Discord? And that's how Quests were born. Quests are rewarded ad formats designed to ignite gameplay and discovery. We've got two types of quests that leverage the power of community available right now on desktop. We've got video quests and play quests. Video quests are premium videos that reward players for watching a video to completion. They're designed to create excitement and drive discovery, and they're really ideal for new things like game trailers, new seasons, or DLCs, and more. And you can really think of these as more upper funnel ad formats. Next, play quests invite players to jump straight into your game to earn rewards. Users need to play or stream a game for a certain amount of time in order to unlock those rewards. And this is more meant for lower funnel player engagement to get players into your game. And we've seen developers have really great success using both of these in tandem. They use video quests to help attract new players, and they engage them more deeply with play quests. So we hear from players all the time that they don't like traditional ads. So we want to build an experience that was appealing to them and that could help them discover new games. Quests are ads that don't play like ads. They're designed for players. At Discord, we all play games, and apparently everybody else in this room does too. So we built this ad format with players in mind. Players don't just scroll past or skip, they actively engage with them because they're rewarded for doing so. It's advertising reimagined for gamers, and that really makes it fun and exciting and impactful. They've got rewards that players love. Much like everybody in here is just here for the Wumpus plushie. Our rewarded ad format drives high engagement, and it naturally fits into how users play games. Players have to take an action, like playing or streaming a game or watching a video to earn those rewards. And lastly, they drive discovery through friends. Quests are unique in that they are a social ad format. When a player participates in a quest, their friends can see that they're playing and join in as well, with the reward providing additional motivation. There's nothing more powerful than discovering a game by watching a friend play. For advertisers, targeting on Discord isn't just smart, it's strategic. Our targeting capabilities allow you to connect with players based on their gaming behaviors and interests, and this lets your message actually reach the right people at the right time. Quests can boost your marketing strategy throughout the entire game lifecycle. You can use them to acquire new players. They can drive awareness and attract new users by targeting specific genres and lookalike audiences, and this expands your reach and brings in players who are likely to invest time into your game. You can use them to re-engage active players. You can use quests to highlight new features, updates, new seasons, and content to really keep your players coming back week after week. And lastly, you can use them to win back lapsed players. Your quests can target inactive past players of your game and get them back in with exclusive rewards. And quests are driving results for our developers. We've worked with so many developers on building and evolving quests, and the results have really actually exceeded our expectations. I'll just share some of the stories with you real quick. So first off, MiHoYo used quests to energize their audience on a major update that introduced a new character, a new world, and a new storyline event in Genshin Impact. They launched a play quest with a high in-game reward, and the campaign attracted millions of participants and generated an 80% increase in playtime during the quest week. Next, Theorycraft. We partnered with the team to launch a play quest that boosted discovery and gameplay for the studio's debut title, Supervive, which you might have seen over at the Discord booth. Targeting MOBA players, this campaign let players unlock the character Krista just by diving into a 15-minute play session. Play quests help them find net new players for their game, with 48% of quest participants being new to the game. And finally, Nexon. They partnered with us to drive discovery for the First Ascendant, their new MMO shooter, during their Season 2 launch. We created a video quest for them that featured their game trailer and offered an exclusive to Discord in-game reward. The campaign was a huge success. It generated over 1 million video completions, with 10% coming organically through players sharing the video and reward with their friends. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Check out the Quest website to see all our case studies, including some new ones for Diablo 4 and Street Fighter 6 that we just launched today. All right, so what's next with Quests? We started with Quests on PC and console because that's where a lot of gameplay on Discord happened. But Discord is cross-platform, just like the games our players play. In fact, over half of our players game across more than one platform. So as the gaming world continues to move cross-platform, we want to provide all developers with the best ad solution to reach their audience no matter where they play. And that's why today, I'm excited to announce that we're expanding Video Quests to mobile, launching our first mobile Quest experience. Over the past few months, we've collaborated closely with developers to bring our mobile Quest experience to life. We're just getting started, and the first version of Quest on mobile will focus on driving brand awareness through a beautiful full-screen format that puts games front and center on Discord. With this launch, we're thrilled to open up Quests to mobile game developers looking to advertise on Discord. And there's a pilot launching in June, and while we can't share too much more just yet, be on the lookout for this new way to connect games to gamers on the go. So this is just the beginning, and we're excited to continue building an ad solution to help developers of all sizes get their games discovered and played. Our goal is simple. We want to help every developer reach all their players anywhere they play. If you want to be in the loop of what's coming up next with Quest, go to our website, discord.com/quests, and hit the Get in Touch button, and we'll keep you up to date with the latest developments and opportunities. And now, I'll hand it over to Sally to talk you more through about the amazing things happening with Discord Social SDK.
Is that?
All right, well, thank you so much, Jason, for that save. Feel like we should give you like an MVP trophy or something. Hi, everyone. My name is Sally Huang. I'm Senior Director of Product at Discord. I also started my career, like Emery, as a game developer. It's been a very, very, very long time since I shipped my last game. But having said that, I do have that history. I definitely have the history with GDC, and I cannot be more excited these days to work from my place right now at Discord to help developers really think about their in-game social. And so we've developed this social SDK, which is what I'm going to talk about today, to really help you guys really think through how you guys can better reach and retain and work with your players and improve their social systems with our new social SDK. So Jason basically, started this talk with sharing a bunch of insights on really the importance of having just regular groups of people to play with, right? I think it's, we all know that this is really important. It's something that anecdotally we all believe, but we actually see the data in this at Discord, right? And I think I really want to take a moment to just punctuate this more. We've already said, if you're someone who watches a stream from a friend on Discord, 28% of the time, you'll start playing the same game within an hour. But what's even more incredible is that we see this in other places as well. So in terms of gameplay sessions, for players who are in a voice call while playing a game, doesn't matter who else is on the call, doesn't matter what those other people are doing, just by being on a call, your median gameplay session goes up 3x. And if you're actually playing the same game with another friend on Discord, that median gameplay session goes up 7x. So we really think that this is one of the most important factors today that drive actual gaming behavior, and not just in terms of frequency. Pretty sure that people are having more fun too. And despite the fact that I think this is a more or less kind of a universal truth that gaming is better with friends, it actually, there's a lot of things about gaming social systems that actually makes it harder to connect than ever. I mean, if you think about it, often in-game communications, they actually end when the game is done, right? If everybody's logged out, you can't talk anymore. And some of the in-game communication systems that are sort of more utilitarian, they're really designed only for the course of a match. So if you're a match-based game, you talk during the match is over, then you can't really have any more conversation. You can't really chat about what you did. You can't chat about, hey, when should we play next? And like, what should we do for, how should we change things for the next match that we do together? Discord was originally made to solve a lot of these problems. And I think more or less, did a pretty good job. But I would say with the sort of grand kind of picture of gaming today, there's a lot of different platforms that you can play on. Crossplay is becoming more and more popular. And, with a more or less somewhat fragmented ecosystem, I have to admit, most players have their own preferences, right? Some people just want to be on the platforms that they are native to, and I think that's okay. But every once in a while, you're just going to, have that one friend that, I don't know, is probably still just hanging out on Skype or something. And then we end up having this like very high friction process of trying to get everybody into one shared space. And often that shared space is in the game, because the game is a place where you can guarantee reach to 100% of your players. But even that often is not an easy process. In fact, for the most part, the entire system that I think we've built around game social is somewhat broken, because a lot of platforms aren't made to work with one another. And platforms, I think, despite the fact that they do have a lot of capabilities to integrate with in-game systems, they're not intended to be fully seamless. They do prioritize what their native, the native audience that they're sort of designed for. And so from, for those of you guys who are developers who are trying to solve for your game and your 100% of your ecosystem, there actually isn't a ton of really great solutions for that. And so what we've done is we've made an SDK to help your players to connect. And we want to do that and help you do that in and out of game. And we really want to make sure that it just makes it easy so that players do not really have to think about what platforms that they're on. They can just play the game and engage in those social systems. And we want to offer it to you guys at no cost. And before you guys jump to conclusions, no, our solution does not make everybody have a Discord account and make them log in with it. If you guys are already doing that, please do not let me stop you. But we do want to meet your players where they are. All right, so presenting the Discord Social SDK. And woo! So our vision at Discord is to help connect people across everything gaming, in and out of games, for competitive, cooperative, and even those solo games where you have a lot of discussions and UGC and metagame features that you engage with after the fact. And this SDK enables that vision by seamlessly powering your player connections and your communication features, and will enhance the social experience even for those who do not have a Discord account. And from a principles perspective, the Discord users that want to have an enhanced experience out of game should be able to connect their Discord account and have just a much better in and out of game experience. And for those non-Discord users, those players that just want to be part of the player ecosystem or just otherwise do not want to cross that sort of line between the game and Discord, that is 100% okay. We want them to have exactly the same experience that they would expect of a fully enclosed game social ecosystem. And with both of those interacting together through the social SDK, we want to just make it a little bit less of a headache to have a lot of coordination between them. So let me just go over what the SDK actually enables so that I can use examples to show you how this all plays out. A couple of the benefits I'm going to be going through is to help effectively this. So it's to help your players pull their friends into game and get sessions started faster. We want to help your players stay connected before, during, and after gaming. And we want your players to help spread the word about your game and provide more visibility of your game on Discord just by playing it. So let's get started. So our journey over here starts with a feature that we call the Discord Unified Friends List. And as you might expect, Discord users can connect their accounts and bring their friends over. And if this is a brand new game, really helps with the cold start problem. We can help you populate your friends list. Now that's all very similar to what a traditional friends list sort of sync feature might be. But what the unified friends list does a little bit differently is that we enable in-game for your Discord friends to show up in-game, but we also enable your in-game friends to show up in Discord. Now, how does that work? Well, this is actually a feature that we've heard over years now from many developer partners. And what this is it's being powered by something called a provisional account. And a provisional account basically enables the ability for developers to use a player's game identity to forward information that the users might want to surface inside of Discord. And the way that this might play out might be really interesting. So let me give you an example. So at every point in time, some player is going to pop up in game and find, well, it's the beginning of the night, people are just getting logged on, and they are the only person online in this particular game. nobody's online, and now they have to go through the exercise of telling everybody to join them. Maybe that involves pulling out your cell phone, starting to text people. Maybe you're alt-tabbing into Discord. Maybe you're on Skype. I don't know. One of the last stragglers. You know, we think that that's very high friction. With the Discord Social SDK, we can make things much, much easier. In this particular example, we're basically showing the cross-platform messaging capability. And our in-game player, Loki, who does not need to have a Discord account because of that provisional account feature, is able to message his friend, Rose. Rose is not in-game, but is in Discord, and she has previously connected her Discord account and consented to receive in-game messages on Discord. And as a result of that, Loki is able to message her straight from the game without leaving the game and invite her to play. And of course, over here, Rose has said, yes, let's start playing. And at this point, we can go even one step further. Now, those of you who have been familiar with previous SDKs that Discord has created, we do have a game invite feature. But with our new SDK, this game invite feature can be sent from within the game through the friends list. And again, Loki, the player who's sending the game invite, does not need to have a Discord account. And he's able to fire off the game invite. Rose is able to receive that game invite. And from her desktop client, or the web client, she's able to click the invite, and it will automatically launch her into the game, into the exact party or map or whatever it is that Loki invited her to. And voila, we have a very fast start, a very fast instant invite that allows a player inside the game to pull over a player inside of Discord that didn't even have the game launched. Now let's talk a little bit about staying connected before, during, and after gaming. And you already saw how our in-game messages, our in-game messaging system can greatly expand your game beyond just the moments that all of your players are in-game and online. But what if you wanted to use it for bigger groups? So our channel linking feature enables an in-game message lobby to be linked to a channel inside of Discord. So imagine using this for your guild or clan. In this example, Rose is giving a live update to her guildmates. And her guildmates who are in-game can see this in-game from the guild chat or whatever chat feature you guys have enabled in-game. But because this is connected to a linked channel inside of Discord, those players who are not in-game are able to see everything that's going on in this chat channel inside of Discord. And so in this case, they can look at it, heed the call to action, jump into game, and for everyone who's not able to make it to that play session, they can still stay connected with a play-by-play. And speaking of staying connected, yes, our SDK does include the ability for Discord's voice to power your in-game voice. Yeah. And I'll emphasize again, players do not have to have a Discord account to use Discord voice inside of your game. But I will caveat that this is part of the entire suite of the social SDK, and we do require that you adopt the other key social features such as a friends list and account linking with Discord, the optional account linking to Discord, that is. But if you do adopt all of these other features, this is available to you free of charge. And it is cross-platform. You know, these key communication features, we want to help you use them for all the cross-play functionality, as well as all the cross-play functionality to help you meet your players no matter where they are. And one last set of features I'm going to talk about is the ability to spread the word about your game just by playing it. And again, for those of you who have been familiar with previous Discord SDKs, you know that one of the most impactful features is Discord's rich presence capability, which allows players to display the game as their current activity while they're playing it. And each day, we've seen tens of millions of Discord users discover their friends' gaming activities through Discord profile views. And that's just one of the many surfaces that this appears on. We're actively building more places within Discord to surface this capability, including places to highlight recent activities instead of just the real-time live activities, and also highlight key gameplay milestones, such as starting new games or returning to a game after a long hiatus. And now with this new SDK, we've made it possible for mobile and console games to send rich presence into Discord as well to give you additional exposure for your games. Our SDK is already live with several partners, and we've seen higher gameplay, frequency, and retentiveness with those partners. Our earliest partners that have had their games launched with the SDK for a couple of months now have seen that their Discord-linked users are 90% more likely to return on day 7 than unlinked players. And the linked players have 70% more game days than unlinked players. And if you're still not convinced, well, you don't have to take my word for it. We have many fabulous partners that have already integrated the SDK and have launched it already. You might have already been playing with it and don't even know. And today you can fully access the Discord Social SDK for desktop, including Windows 11 and higher, as well as Mac OS. And it is available in C++, for Unreal, and for Unity. We already have early partners that are working with our console and mobile SDKs, and we'll be making it more broadly available soon. And all the features that I just went over today, those are available for you to start building with. But I will caveat, the communication features, such as the cross-platform messaging, the linked channels, and the Discord voice, right now those are rate limited. You would have to apply to our closed beta to get full access. Here's a URL. So please visit our website to learn more about the Discord Social SDK. And here you can get access to the SDK as well as apply to our closed beta. Now, everything you've seen today are features that we've developed through feedback with players and developers. But at the end of the day, what we supply is an SDK. And these are mostly back-end components that empower developers like you to unlock new functionality. But it is you, the developers, that are delivering the innovation. So we wanted to show one of the innovative partners that we've been working with. They've built a way to utilize Discord, the activities platform, the social SDK, in a way that was even beyond our wildest imagination. So I'm going to turn it over to a video right now. And Jason?
Why, yes. I'm the chief video player. How may I help you?
Well, yeah, so we're going to turn it over to a video featuring Thor Gunnarsson, CEO and co-founder of Mainframe Industries, makers of PAX Day, to show more. And let's see what happens.
All right. You want me to do it? Okay. Give it up for Sally, everybody. Before we hand it over to Thor, thank you, Sally. Okay.
Hi, I'm Thor Gunnarsson, co-founder and CEO at Mainframe Industries. We're the team behind PAX Day, a social sandbox MMO currently in early access and one of the first games to integrate Discord's social SDK. With Discord now at the heart of PAX Day, our players can chat in-game, but also reach out to their Discord friends from within our game. That's a super cool feature, but we wanted to see if we could take that a step further. From our background developing and operating MMOs over the past couple of decades, we know that the ability for a friend to invite you to the game that they're excited about is the warmest possible recommendation. And that new player is much more likely to engage and ultimately stick around if they experience the game for the first time with a friend. The demo we wanted to share today builds on our existing social SDK integration, allowing a PAX Day player to invite a Discord friend to join them in a Discord quest, but do so instantly. By building a Discord activity that integrates with NVIDIA's GeForce Now cloud gaming service, we're able to bring that first-time experience of PAX Day, basically an MMO built in Unreal 5, rendering and playable at 60 frames per second, into Discord. No download, no account sign up, no min spec to worry about. Made even better because you're playing for the first time with a friend. Let's take a look. So we have a 2-player demo for you today. In our demo, player 1 is in PAX Day, playing on her Windows PC. She wants to invite her friend to join in a Discord quest. Because of the Discord social SDK, she has her friends list in-game and can see that her friend is online. She sends him a DM, inviting him in. Player 2 on his laptop gets the invitation but hasn't yet played PAX Day. He's up for a session, and now player 1 invites her friend from within PAX Day. Player 2 accepts the invitation, which comes in the form of an activity. Once he starts the activity, he's offered a choice of 4 pre-rolled characters and selects one. No sign-up is needed because both players are already authenticated as Discord users. And while he waits, the game is spinning up and connecting to the game server. What we're doing behind the scenes is spawning the 2 players together in the same server and location, meaning that we're instantly matchmaking them into a persistent MMO. And now we're together. Player 2 is still playing in Discord, playing in an activity that offers the full experience of PAX Day streaming from the cloud using NVIDIA's GeForce Now. Player 2 equips some gear from his friend because he'll need it for the quest they're about to play together. So we're watching, again, a playable stream of our game rendering at 60 frames per second at 1440p resolution, all in Discord. And once your initial session is complete, it's super easy to save your progress, become a member of our game and GeForce Now, and continue the quest together. This instant social experience is enabled by the deep integration between our MMO, PAX Day, Discord, and GeForce Now. We think it's super cool. Hope you like it.
That was PAX Day showing not only the power of the Discord social SDK, but the ability to leverage the Discord platform to pull in your friends that are new players and instantly start playing a game together, no installs necessary. And that experience is coming soon. Super excited about that. I wanted to thank you all for coming today. We really can't wait to see all the creativity that you guys will unlock with the Discord social SDK and the many features that we've presented today. I believe we have some time for Q&A, and we have 2 mics, which I totally can't see anymore because we have very shiny lights. But, but if you guys just queue up behind the mics, we will be taking questions, and I will return to my seat now.
Go ahead.
Hi there. Hi, my name is James. I work on at the Unity team on Unity Learn, and I just wanted to say I see a lot of great value in what you guys presented today. And if you guys want to, I've actually met with some of your team around like creating learning materials for how to create activities using Unity and stuff like that. So I'd love to continue exploring that. But my question is actually around single player games. I saw like your data really explains a lot about how player engagement increases with multiplayer games, but I'm curious about like our activities and quests and the social SDK. Can they be effective for single player games?
Thank you. Yeah, happy to take this. So the question was, can you still see benefits in single player games with all of these things? The answer to that is definitely yes. So as Sally was mentioning before, we see a pretty massive increase in playtime, regardless of what game people are playing, just by the fact that there are other people to play with and engage with together. And so that's definitely one way that that this can enhance single-player games, is it just makes you more connected to your friends, even if you're playing different things. So even if you're playing a single-player game, you can still get that benefit.
Awesome. Thank you.
Cool.
Hi, name's Jackson, just an indie dev. So what I wanted to ask was essentially how seamless is the migration between a provisional account and someone who later decides to turn that into a full account? Is that possible? What's entailed within it? And yeah.
Yeah, you want me to? Yeah, I'll take this
Yeah.
one too. Yeah, 100%. So like we've really tried to think from the experience of a player from the ground up, making sure that the SDK creates a really fluid experience. So part of that is you can jump into the game. You don't have to link an account, but you can, and that can enhance the experience. So we've got a merging function. So if a player later links their account, but they've already made some in-game friends, all of that can transfer over to the Discord account that gets linked.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Hi, I'd like to know if the integration of the social SDK means that the moderators of the games that I play can now look at my private messages.
Sally?
Sorry, which moderators?
So let's say PAX Day from before. MMO integration of Discord social SDK means I can message my friends who don't play that game, but does that mean that the moderators of that MMO can see my direct messages?
Yeah, so there's basically two pieces to it. So there is the moderation that basically happens within the game ecosystem, and then there's all the messages that land in Discord. So within the game ecosystem, we do not moderate any of those messages. That moderation and all of those rules are actually made by the game and by the developers of the game, and they own and manage that particular sort of moderation. I guess we'll call it the moderation policy. On the Discord side, so generally speaking, there's two things that's going on. There's things that are, they need to adhere to our policies, but not everything is moderated, right? When you think about moderation in terms of like what happens in public forums, those end up having to be part of something that is much, much bigger, like a community. But if the message lands on Discord, they do need to abide by Discord policies. But we do make sure that what happens is that there's a very hard break between, or a very hard line between the messages that stay within the game ecosystem and the messages that land on Discord. And we do have strategies to make sure that they don't end up sort of crossing each other such that we have to cut off or apply Discord policies to the in-game moderation. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool. This is more of a quest question. So, hi. I've noticed a lot of the quests that we currently have give rewards that expire within 3 or so months after the quest. My question is there any plans for longer term quests? So like instead of 15 minutes, it'd be like 30, but it's like double the duration. And if so, do you have any plans for permanent like rewards on the Discord side?
I can take it. So we hear this request a lot from folks who enjoy the quests and don't have anything to announce today, but the feedback is heard loud and clear. So sit tight.
Okay, that works.
Hi, I'm currently working on a mobile game in closed beta, and I'm definitely want to integrate with Discord Social SDK. So my question is, like, do you have a ballpark in terms of the release for the Social SDK, and are you gonna support Godot? Will you have a plugin available for Godot?
Okay.
So for the so for the mobile SKUs, you can reach out and apply just on our closed beta, and we do actually have the mobile SDK in the hands of early partners. So if you have interest in becoming an early partner, we can certainly discuss. Are you asking specifically? The second question was it about the Godot engine?
Yeah, the Godot.
Yeah,
yes.
so we don't have any plans right now to specifically integrate with Godot. We do have C++ binaries, so if there's certainly like workarounds for folks that are not on Unreal and Unity.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just very quick addition to that. We have met with the Godot team, and we're working on seeing if we can figure something out.
Okay, Thank you.
Hi, my name's Matthew. Quick question on monetization of the activities. I understood from the presentation that you're focused on in-game purchases and subscriptions. Is there any more information you can share about the revenue share rates that you're offering? Like, do you follow industry standards of other platforms? Do you have different rates for different partners?
Yeah, we generally follow industry rate. We also posted a blog post when we announced this that kind of has the very detailed breakdown, but it is that standard 30%.
Thank you.
Hi, apologies if I came in late, so apologies if you already answered this. But with the social SDK, you have channel integration, you have DM integration. What if players like they're in a server? Is that only connected to one SDK? What if they have multiple games they play with the same group? How does managing like both games or multiple games work? Does it have to be separate servers? Like how does that integration work?
Yeah, so I can answer that. For channel linking, we don't really worry too much about at the server level how to link to a particular game. If you actually manage a server, and I'm trying to like imagine what your use case might be, but if if you've got a group of friends that you're playing with and you guys are in a server, I mean, there's nothing that stops you, for example, from creating a channel per game that you play with and then linking each of those channels to a game's sort of guild chat, right? It is more on the game side to implement a lot of these links versus the actual server implementation.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you for the amazing talk. I was curious if you have plans for expanding the regions of the planet that you're offering for developers to be homed in, because currently, if I remember correctly, it was US, EU, and UK. Are you planning on expanding that range?
Yeah, so we don't have anything to announce right now, but like definitely part of what we're looking at is how can we make all developers successful on Discord, and being able to run your business is a key part of that.
All right, cool. Thank you very much.
Hello. So I'm wondering about Discord activities. So if one were to want to make a Discord activity game, what would be the best or recommended like tech stack for doing that? I know there's like support for the social SDK with Unity and Unreal, but like, what if I wanted to make an activity with Unity?
Yeah, that's a great question. So really, you can use it like any HTML5 game engine will work as long as you're using the embedded app SDK. There's a lot of like getting started content in the documentation. Would definitely recommend you to check out. And we're also like continuing to talk to other game engines to come up with more seamless ways to integrate through plugins and things like that.
So if I'm making a Unity game currently and I'm interested in making it into a Discord activity after talks like this, is that possible and seamless, or would I need to reconsider my engine choice?
We definitely want to make that as easy and seamless as possible. There might be some seams, but
there always are.
Yeah, we have seen some Unity games that you can export to HTML5, but they require bespoke work on your side because of the nature of Unity's HTML5 export. But it's definitely possible.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So this nice gentleman in the orange shirt just told me to get the heck off the stage. So thank you all. If you have more questions, we have a booth that you can come find us at. Plenty of Discord folks are here all week. Thank you so much for coming and listening to us.